Well, welcome to the Court Report. I'm Zach Popp, and he is the one and only Chris Stonebreaker. Now, we're doing a little March Madness special here this week, and we're going to zone in on the East region, or as I like to call it, the Upset City.
At least for people like yourself.
Yeah,
it's
Virginia.
Been Upset City bracket.
Virginia already lost one of the Final Four teams, a lot because of Virginia. Who do you got, though? You got Oklahoma, right?
I got Oklahoma going to the Final Four, so my brackets are still looking pretty good. As
So
long
far.
as they do well and maybe have to beat Michigan
I
State.
tell you what, though, one team that did save me, though, was NC State knocking off Villanova. I did predict that in my Sweet 16, and I love this kid right here. Anthony Cat Barber. Handles off the chart. He's got a stroke. He can knock down the three. And I think a lot of people have really seen how good Cat Barber really is. This kid, one of the most exciting players to watch, an absolute PT peer. But this team will go as far as former Butler High School star Trevor Lacey takes him. He's one of the most underrated players in the country. Villanova had to find out the hard way, of course. But the guy who's impressed me the most is Abdul Malik Abu. This kid has been absolute money for Coach Gottfried and the Wolfpack. And, of course, they lock horns with Louisville. We all know about Montrezl Harrell and Terry Rozier. But how big has Quentin Snyder been? The freshman was Mr. Basketball of Kentucky last year as a senior at Ballard High School. And he has really saved Louisville's season so far this year once Chris Jones was dismissed about a month ago. I mean, you got to love that, seeing the freshman step up. And that's a lot of pressure balling for Rick Pitino, but he's handled it, and he's flying past the colors.
Especially coming from Kentucky school and then being able to stay in-state, play for Louisville, and step in so early and really be able to.
And he's had 2 double-digit scoring games so far in the tourney, too.
Made some big buckets in the first round from the free throws. Yeah, that was very important. And that's hard to do when you're a young guy, to get up there and control the nerves.
A lot of pressure.
And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I do have Oklahoma and Big 12
times are you gonna mention this?
Player of the Year, Buddy Hield, making the Final Four from the East. But to be completely honest, Michigan State could be the team in which all the chips fall in place for a run at the Final Four. Great coach, senior point guard, and leadership, getting hot at the right time, and some might say the easiest route or bracket if MSU goes and gets back to having their free throw woes, their issues that they had throughout the year that could hurt them, as Oklahoma was the best free throw shooting team in the Big 12 and have a big-time player that can create shots and make late big game shots in Buddy Hield, shown on the screen now. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing Buddy Hield and Travis Trice, the senior point guard you were talking about. I mean, Trice was huge, huge against Virginia. Started the game with 13 points in the first 5 minutes. Then, of course, he knocked down that 28-footer. That was really the dagger for Virginia's season.
And like Coach Izzo's been saying a lot, you know, this isn't his most talented team. But this is a team that he's been able to make adjustments on the fly, going up with such short turnarounds, day and a half, and with those short turnarounds, being able to implement in game plans and strategies that the kids actually have said, you know what, we're going to listen to Coach Izzo. He knows what he's doing. He has a great, phenomenal record in the NCAA tournament. He's won national championships, and they're getting on that.
I tell you what, Brandon Dawson and Denzel Valentine, 2 of the most underrated players in the country, and your Final Four team's going to have their hands full coming up here shortly.
Fully agree with you, bud.
Well, that's all the time we got. For Chris Stonebreaker, I'm Zach Popp here on the Court Report, and this has been the East Region Bracket, zoning in on March Madness, of course. And go ahead and keep on clicking on here on MaxPreps.com.